Let's go. We got bowling, baby. We got Dreamer, baby. Bowling's, kind of sitting on the floorboard there. We got Sun Bear, baby. We got Dragon T, baby. Risen. Nobody cares about that.
Risen doesn't get a baby?
Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes!
DeFi Kingdoms, baby. DeFi Kingdoms for beginners. Do you not know anything about crypto? I got you. DeFi, decentralized finance. You got kids, you got a wife. DeFi Kingdoms, billions of dollars with Hero. Yes, baby, right. Amazing. GQ bot, he does. Yes. Even though there's no right or wrong way. Wonder where I'm at? Yes. Once upon a time, in the not too distant past. Baby. Yes.
Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! Oh, baby. Karate Combat. We got the founder in the house. We got Crypto Crow in the house. We got Loudmouth. We got several more coming. Baby, can't wait to talk about Karate Combat. Is this a speculative play? Is this merely speculative? Like so much of crypto always is? Well, the man has the balls to start a platform, karate.com, Karate Combat. It's already established. It's not speculative. He's got all the big dogs in, GSP. He's got Bass Rootin'. It's already established. He's got the big dogs fighting. It's going. It's pumping. All kinds of things are going. The karate token is pumping like George's dopamine when he's talking about cock in you, baby. So much going on with Karate Combat. This is not a speculative play, boys and girls. Karate Combat is here, and it's here to stay. We're going to talk all about it. How sustainable is the karate token? How's this work? Up-only betting? You bet on the app karate.com. It's easy to use. You download the app. You can buy the karate token now right there on the app. Okay, how does this work? If you bet and you lose the bet, you get all your original karate token back. Whereas if you win extra karate token based off, the odds of the fight. Well, how does that work? Is that sustainable? Can this hold and keep going long term? What is their vision? Okay, we're going to talk all about this. But here's the thing. We had 5,000 users in Karate Combat 42 in the app. On this last one, Karate Combat 43, now it's up over 11,000 users. I want to make that 50,000 users, 100,000 users, maybe 1 million users. We got Logan and Jake Paul talking about Karate Combat now. We've got our boy, gosh dang it, what's his name? Hello, the biggest podcaster in the world. My mind just went blank. My man, Only LARPing, the founder of Karate Combat, the co-founder of Karate Combat in the house right here, the man with the balls to actually embark on this. Just imagine if I tried to do jujitsu.com and just imagine trying to start this, how they pulled this off. It's growing. It's huge. All the big dogs are talking about it. Good. Joe Rogan's talking about it. Logan and Jake Paul's talking about it. How did you pull this off, my man?
Well, I certainly didn't do it alone. Thanks, Grady, though. It's a pleasure to be here, man.
Oh, so glad to have you in the house, Joe Rogan. Okay, we've got Crypto Crow in the house. This man is training. Is this going to be a joke? IFC George putting out these fights. The Influencer Fight Club. We're going to be fighting in Karate Combat 44 in the Dominican Republic, hopefully on March 1st, end of February, or early March. Okay, and this man Crow, he's training like Kiao, kicking down trees, baby. Let's go. He's going to be ready to go. He's fighting. Oh, and we got our main event and our co-main event right here, Ben Armstrong.
There he is.
Are you ready to go, Ben? Let's go.
Yeah, what's up? Coming to you live from the witch's room. And I am, thank you for that. And I am now eating creme brulee. So you guys can tell my training is going really well. And I'm ready to
Let's go. Are you ready for this fight, Ben?
I'm eating olives.
You gonna beat some ass, baby? You ready?
Well, all I know is one thing is the bookmakers are pretty smart. They got me favored. Odds, minus 130. Good luck. Anybody betting on Patty Trash? You're gonna turn 4-leaf clovers into 3, I guess. I don't know.
Are you gonna take him down, Ben? You got this?
Yeah, obviously.
All right.
There's 0% chance I lose this fight. 0%.
Let's go.
I've been training extremely hard for this. I know people think it's some kind of joke or something. Like I'm going to sign up for a fight and put my whole entire reputation on the line. And then I'm just going to sit around and get fat and eat creme brulee, I guess.
There's a lot of people shit talking on you, Ben. There's a lot of people who want to see you get your ass beat. You gonna do this?
Well, I want you to always think about what the worst nightmare for these people is. The worst nightmare is that I go out and beat the ever-living shit out of a guy that's 6'4" and 225 while I'm 205 or less, maybe 200 at that point, and 5'11", or excuse me, I'm not 5'11", I just lied. I'm 5'10". But they want me to go out there and beat this guy, and it's everybody's worst nightmare that I win and beat a guy much bigger than me and prove that I actually am as tough as I pretend to be on the internet. So that's right what's going to happen.
I love it. I love it.
Nate Diaz there, I'm going to run up to him. I'm going to give him a big hug and then wait for him to knock me out because I gave him a big hug. I love that motherfucker so much. We were born in Stockton. I was born in Stockton. And I saw that he was talking about it the last event, I guess. He was there. And I was so pissed because he's one of my favorite dudes. Him and his brother, man. I just love their no bullshit. They are to MMA what I feel like I am to crypto. Just no bullshit. Fuck right off if you don't like it. I love it.
Crow, be careful, guys out there. You don't want to be a dude that Crypto Crow loves. He's very violent.
I love this. We got Dreamer in the house who's out there making deals, promoting partnerships with DeFi Kingdoms, left, right, and center, like he's Mr. T promoting Butterbean out there, baby. Let's go, Dreamer. How are you doing today?
What's up, Grady? Mr. T promoting Butterbean. That's a new one. I like all your things. What'd you say about pumping your pecs in the gym? What'd you say about Jewel last week?
Oh, yeah. Baby, so much going. Dreamer's out there. Every time I turn on Twitter, boom, he's in the spaces. He was in the spaces today with Doug Hype. Shout out to Doug. Baby,
Doug.
Going all over the place. We got Loudmouth in the house. We got Seth with Mind Your Biz coming. We got Moon Daddy coming. We're going to, hopefully we get Pat in here to talk a little shit back to Ben. Let's get going. Okay, but first of all, how's this? I want to ask Only LARPing, the founder of Karate Combat, the balls it took. Can you guys imagine trying to come up and start a platform like this from scratch?
I've done it. It sucks.
Crazy. And the way you've been able to pull this off, the way you guys have been able to pull this off, you got Joe Rogan talking about it. You got Jake and Jake Paul and Logan Paul talking about it today. In fact, should I show that clip real quick? I could show that clip.
Show the clip.
All right, let's go. And I have to, unfortunately, with this audio settings. Hopefully you guys can hear this. Okay. All right.
Him and George St. Pierre are commenting what's called the Karate Combat League. It's a new
Can't hear it at all.
format, which is basically like a mixed martial arts karate format. You're not allowed to grapple. You're not allowed to.
You got to turn it up, Grady. Restart it.
Unless you're actively striking, and if someone goes to the ground, him and George St. Pierre are commenting what's called the Karate Combat League. It's a new fighting format, which is basically like a mixed martial arts karate format. You're not allowed to grapple. You're not allowed to clinch unless you're actively striking. And if someone goes to the ground, you have 5 seconds to ground and pound before both fighters are stood back up.
And it's in a conversation pit.
No.
A giant conversation.
So it has slanted 45-degree walls that could be used for the combat. You could put other fighters against it, or you can actually jump off of it. And so I got to host this fight the other day, which is the trilogy fight. Pettis versus Benson Henderson. These two guys have fought in the past twice, and Pettis won both fights. They fought again, but the undercard for this was some people that have been in the UFC, just all these combat greats. And I got to host it alongside GSP, potentially the greatest combat athlete of all time, and Boss Rutan. When I tell you this was the fiercest combat I've ever seen in any format in my entire life, boxing and MMA included, the knockout rate is like 70%.
That's great.
People were getting pulled out on stretchers. It was a bloodbath. Women covered head to toe in blood. Incredible.
There we go.
So what the heck? I mean, pulling this off, only LARPing, my man.
Are you allowed to throw leg kicks? I still don't know 100%.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
yeah.
not between the knee and the waist.
The hit of the whole year was a leg kick to the head, total knockout. Dude was laid out.
So I
It was
can't
my
kick
favorite.
someone in the thigh?
Oh yeah,
No.
Man, that sucks.
outside of the leg though, right?
Yeah, below the knee.
Okay. Okay. So only LARPing. First of all, tell me about the karate token. I'm thinking this is not a speculative play. This platform's only going to grow. This video right here on YouTube is up over 500,000 views and counting. It's running hard. Same with Joe Rogan's video when he was talking about karate combat. People are going to start hearing about it more and more. People are going to start adopting this. You got to have the karate token to bet. First of all, how is there not going to be insane inflation with the karate token? You know, if you get all your money back if you lose, all your karate tokens back if you lose. If you win, you get more karate tokens. Now, in the short term, I'm not worried about it because I think the adoption of the platform is just going to keep growing. But long-term sustainability, how is that sustainable, my man?
Yeah, well, first you want me to tell you kind of like why we did it, how we did it. Yeah, so the reason we did it, the league has very large awareness now, right? We got like 5-6 million followers, get a couple 100 million organic views on the internet every month, millions of views on these events. But turning that into super fandom, something people are obsessed with, is extremely difficult. It takes like hundreds of millions of dollars in capital or lightning in a bottle. But we built this league for younger audiences. And when you talk to younger male sports fans, almost half of them will tell you that they don't like watching sports unless they have a bet on it. We think there's a shortcut to getting people obsessed with karate combat and our athletes by financializing things a little bit. And again, it's not that degen, and I'll walk through the economics of it, but financializing things a little bit to get them researching the fighters ahead of time, learning their names, their backgrounds, their family, their style, their record, and then get them deeply invested in the outcome of the events, even if they hadn't known the athletes going in. In sports, it's all about the athlete, right? It's that, you know, those superstars are what really drives the massive value. And yeah, this is what we think our shortcut is. To do that, to pull it off, we did something radical. It was an extremely closely held league. My buddy and I, you know, he built it and I funded it. We had owned almost all of it ourselves. We sold the entire thing to an ownerless foundation. We structured the foundation such that the directors of the foundation agreed to take direction from the token holders. Also, we could build this game that we think is a shortcut towards building kind of obsession with the league. From a token economy standpoint, what you're talking about, the way we do the up only rewards, we put 3 years of rewards on the balance sheet of the treasury. So there's technically no issuance for the first few years. Obviously, it increases the float as people win tokens, but you're not doubling, tripling your money if you win your picks, right? There was 86 million of tokens rewarded. There was 800 million played. So on average, someone won 10%. That trends down over time based on the schedule. We think that the game can be fun with just maybe 2% new issuance per event, because if you think about it, even if half the people are playing, which would be like the highest staking rate in crypto, even if half the people are playing, that means the people who are engaged in playing, got an average of 4% rewards. And people are losing half their picks. So if you get all your picks right and you're picking even money fighters, maybe you're winning 8%. But again, that's with just 2% new issuance. In crypto, there's this sort of historical, like path dependent kind of focus on inflation, probably because everything started with Bitcoin and this hard money supply cap. That doesn't really exist in ordinary finance. The way I think about up only gaming is sort of an intelligent token split. Maybe, every event you kind of split, there was 50, 50 tokens before, afterwards there's 51. And that one extra token, or, 86 million, it goes to the people who played. The people who left their tokens at Bybit or whatever, they're getting very slowly diluted. And so maybe the token doesn't go up as fast as it would if there was like deflationary economies. But if you're playing, you end up with more tokens. And so, I don't stress about it that much. You just got to play. If you're not playing, you're just leaving your tokens at the exchange. You're definitely kind of screwing yourself over. But from a fundamental perspective, I don't think it's a huge problem. And then in 2.5 years, when the rewards run out, it'll be up to the token holders to decide what to do. Do they want to, maybe the game right now, it feels like the game's working, but maybe the game doesn't work. The token holders abandon it. Maybe they switch it to something where you need to kind of like, and this could happen much earlier than that, but you need to stake your tokens for a certain amount of time to play. Maybe things, the thing over time ends up looking a little bit more like regular gambling. Or maybe everyone loves the game. They decide that it's okay if the token price doesn't go up quite as fast, but they're earning a bunch more tokens along the way, and they're going to issue more tokens to continue the game past 3 years.
Got it. Did you mention before a burning mechanism with the token at all?
Yeah, so not at the moment.
Okay.
Not at the moment.
Got you. So in the short term, I'm super crazy bullish on the Karate token because of the adoption. We had 11,000 plus wallets on this last fight, which was double the previous fight. Baby.
100x, baby.
Are we going to get this up to 50,000 users, 100,000 users?
I certainly hope so. We took a big risk building it. A couple different risks. One, you don't know if anybody's going to like any sort of app you build. But two, we sort of broke one of the cardinal rules of building a mobile app. It's something you only play once a month, right? It's very unusual for a mobile app. You normally want to build something people play every day. So we were worried the retention was going to be abysmal, right? Like people are just going to forget about it over the course of a month. We had 2 months between two of these events. Now we're trying to do things like about once every month. But the retention has been fantastic for a mobile app. I mean, we actually saw negative. I mean, this was a little bit of a special case because all the hype around Vegas and Pettis Henderson, but we actually saw negative churn across all our cohorts that had participated in at least 2 events.
Oh, baby. I know you had great retention. The charts were awesome. Shiny D. Okay. The wild man. He tried to just come in like a wild man, like he always does. Okay.
Hey, Grady.
Yeah.
I got to run. I only had a few minutes to jump in tonight. But I'd like to say I love what I'm hearing. I love the idea of building something for the future, building something for the long term. And I love the idea of actual real adoption numbers. Like that's kind of what Bencoin is all about. It's about adoption. It's what we're passionate about. And so love to see it when you actually got like a real tangible goal that you can measure against and say, hey, we're making progress because we actually have people downloading our app that's crypto focused. I think that's really good. And I'd like to say also, I think Karate Combat is doing a good job on that front. And, you can kind of start seeing the groundswell of support. And there's enough obviously there's enough of an audience out there to support multiple fighting leagues and things like that. So super excited to be part of this. Super excited to be the ever living snot out of Patty Trash when it's time. I'll see you guys later.
Let's go. Thanks, Ben. Okay, we'll see you, man.
Okay,
right.
I gotta ask real quick. Who is Patty Trash? I have no idea who this person is.
His name is Patty Stash. Patty Stash. Okay, he's kicked off the trash talk literally by calling him Patty Trash. It's great, by the way. I think that's awesome. And Patty, he hasn't spared on the trash talk either over on Twitter. So he's already going at it. I think Ben is just defending himself already from the onslaught of trash talk.
That's right. It's on.
Crow, did you tune into the next crypto gem that had George on there?
Yeah.
So Phil Russell, my opponent, and Patty Stash, they were representing the community of Suka.
That's right.
So that's where he comes from. That's his connection to George. And if you see him on that show, you see a lot of big guys up there, and he's big, man.
Is he?
I guess he's not.
I'm trying to find him on. He's like non-existent.
He's not
big
compared to you because you're a giant.
Yeah, he's not big compared to you at all. But he's not a small human.
Not a small human.
That's right. Shiny, you got to unmute your mic.
Dude,
Oh.
corrupt, dude. It was going so well. I didn't want to throw you off. Just a bunch of savages in here. Nothing to see, bro.
The wild man, Shiny D. He's all over the place. He's fighting Crypto Seth in this fight. Let's go. Okay.
Crypto other Seth.
Yes, not mind your biz, Seth.
Oh, I'm gonna fight them both in the same night, brother. I don't give a
No, you don't want mind your biz. I promise.
Oh,
I don't know though, man. Honestly, seeing Shiny D, like all the heart, man, all the training you put in, it's got me reconsidering whether or not I should jump into whatever we get next, whether it's KC47, wherever we line up in the next one, man. You got me wishing I could jump back into this one. Just not going to work out for KC44.
Dude, what? I'm going hard. I'm giving it my best. I haven't trained in a long time, but I'm in here. If Seth asks, I'm not in here at all, dude. I'm just chasing chickens with lady boys. Wink, wink, wink.
Wow. Let's go. So, boys and girls, we're all fighting here in Karate Combat 44 in the Dominican Republic. It's on. The Influencers Fight Club. George helped put this together. Okay, and it's not going to be a clown show. It's going to be a freaking fights for the ages. We got Dreamer, like he just said, with his go-go gadget legs. He's going to be fighting Phil Russell with Suka. Okay, they went up head-to-head in the next Crypto Gym TV show. Now they're going head-to-head in the pit, baby, and it's going to be freaking epic. They both know their own martial arts. Okay, it's going to be awesome.
We both don't have to lose. One of us gets to win. I think we know who that's going to be, but one of us gets to win, which is, I like Phil, I like me, so I'm happy that we don't have to go on like televised anything and one of us lose,
Hey, baby, I love it. We got Crypto Crow co-main event. Everyone wants to see the Battle of the Giants. RC, who's in the chat in here, baby, Moon Daddy, ex-NFL football player. All right, with his go-go gadget arms. He's got long arms. It's going to be
I saw his little training video on TikTok. I see how he's got his coach holding the pads way up high.
Yeah.
I even commented on it. I'm like, aiming high, I see. He's like, you noticed.
Baby.
Like, come get it.
We got the wild man Shiny D fighting the freaking Crypto Seth. Crypto Seth is like a prodigy, 19-year-old kid, big brains. The dude's quick. The dude's powerful. And we got Shiny D with his GQ body out here flexing his pectorials. And look at that. I mean, he's like 0% body fat. Let's go, baby. We got Seth with Mind Your Biz, who I first heard Karate Combat from both Seth and Loudmouth in their spaces. Loudmouth's going to be out there promoting. He's going to be in my corner, right, Loud?
Yeah, and you're fighting a real fighter from Dubai, right, Grady?
That's right. That's right. And I better not beat his ass before I at least take a few shiners. I want my blood on that mat. Maybe a broken nose, a couple teeth knocked out. Come on, something. I better not.
Listen, Karate token is the only token that people are spilling their blood for more of. I'm bullish right there.
There you go.
Let's go.
I do got a question while we got some smart people in the room. What stops someone from farming the Karate token? If you don't lose any, what stops me from having two wallets and just betting on one fighter on one wallet and betting on the other fighter on the other wallet?
Yeah.
And then I win every time.
Yeah, right now, nothing. Nothing,
Okay.
to be honest. I mean, It's how we design the system. However, I was talking to one very, very smart man in Vegas. He happens to be here, Mr. Dreamer, who had some pretty clever ideas about that I actually never thought of. So again, actually our number one priority setting this up, and we're still in this phase for sure. Our number one priority was make this as easily as humanly possible to onboard as many people as humanly possible, right? We need 100,000 people playing this, right? To be the biggest game in Web3, or 200,000. And so we're still in that stage. We have a ton of work to do there. Once we have an audience and we've in the app and we've educated them about how it works, we can make it a little bit more complicated, right? Right now, it's just like trying to make it the easiest thing ever. It's still, and it's pretty easy. I think we did a pretty good job. And then as we educate them, they've played a few times, we can do things that are more crypto native to, fix some of these holes. Yeah.
Now, I was talking to your developer, Ethan, in Vegas, and he said that the reason that the app is set up with face recognition is to actually stop bots from getting 88 free karate token over and over again. So that was smart. I mean, that guy's a pretty smart guy too.
We did a lot of things on that front because we actually used the mobile apps for customer acquisition. So we have like all sorts of tools to give away tokens to people that will join. Generalized claim codes, unique claim codes. We give people a few tokens every time they sign up. We have a whitelist product, and it is a little bit of a pain in the ass, the facial recognition. I think we'll tone it down pretty soon, since like the massive kind of upfront airdrops are done. But yeah, that's why it's there.
Okay. I thought we were selling that data to the CIA and Mark Zuckerberg. I'm a little disappointed, fellas, to hear such logical explanations.
Hey, what about a date? Hey,
I like this guy. It'll be a shame to see you get knocked out, Shiny.
Oh, how dare you! How rude.
Only LARPing. March the 1st. Can we make this March the 1st? When's the date of the fight, baby?
I think we're looking at February 23rd right now.
Even better.
I want March 1. March 1.
What's March 1st?
It's a Friday night, March the 1st.
It's the Friday before that, yeah.
Okay. So it's like between those 2 days, right? It's either
I think it's probably the February day, but anything, could change. I guess we haven't signed a venue contract yet.
Do we have any idea of when that announcement will be? Because like I'm flying from Bali, so just the more time I can get over there for jet lag and stuff, the better.
Yeah, we'll have that. I mean, realistically, at this point, it'll be next year just because of the holidays. But I think very early next year.
Are we going to be North Dominican Republic or South Dominican Republic?
There's actually a chance that the location could change slightly for the better, I think.
Ooh, let's go, baby.
I think this is going to be a big ass event. I think this might be one of the biggest ones so far. We'll see.
Yeah.
Now, will there be other karate combat fights too, or is it just going to be influencer? Okay, so you're going to weave them in and out, or after or before?
I think we'll either do before or after. The 5 or 6 IFC fights. I think the really cool thing is now that you guys have seen the app, you'll all be in the app. Everyone will be able to put their tokens on you. You'll have your face there. We're going to need some cool profile pics of you guys so we get something really pretty to put in the app.
Can we all just crop our heads on Shiny D's? I would appreciate maybe some like 300 ads. That'd be
we can. Too. Yeah, I mean, if you want, we could even do. Yeah, we could put anything you want there.
What the alien dude you got going? I could be the alien dude. That'd be cool. I got a question. I was watching an interview from one of the celebrities that attended the last week, KC43, Mr. Nate Diaz. Yeah. Man, it sounded like he's looking to fight, and I think he even said, it'd be good if it was sometime in February. And I'm like, okay.
Oh my God,
bro! I did get a picture with him, and he did look like he was gonna stalk and slap me, but it was cool. But if he was,
I'm not surprised, motherfucker.
Listen, I was right beside him most of the fight, and he really, really liked the 45-degree angle pit. And he said, the next fight that I'm in, it's gonna have to be something badass like this. So I'd say if they can make a deal, it's probably gonna be with Karate Combat. And I do want to throw Mind Your Biz in the ring to fight Jake Paul in the pit. So I'm just saying.
No problem. Here's the thing. I've got no problem with that, provided that Jake Paul is completely okay with the concept of kickboxing, not just boxing. Because it's obvious right now, like just giving the man the props where they're due. He is the baddest man alive with boxing today. Like, so if you can line it up, I would do it, but only with these legs.
This man's ready to go. Seth with Mind Your Biz, baby. We got Moon Daddy in the house. Ex-NFL football player for 4 years. Tore a couple ACLs. No worries. He's fighting, baby. Crypto Crow, the battle of the giants. Let's go. You ready for this? You got some balls fighting this man with power, kicking down trees like he's Boo a cow, baby. You ready for this, baby?
Hey, I'm up for the
I'm
challenge.
not about to kick his size anyway.
He broke the
I read the
electric
rules.
pad.
I read the rules first.
Yeah, I didn't read the rules first. I just said, let's go. Now I'm finding out I got to fight one hand tied behind my back, blindfolded with an eye infection.
Buy the tokens, then do the research, right?
Yes, I should. I should have.
So, hey, only LARPing. Are we going to get Nate Diaz in or what? What's the deal?
Oh, I have no idea. You know, I'm the crypto guy.
Okay.
You gotta ask Awesome about that. We got crazy fighters texting us every day trying to get into karate combat, and then it's a matter of working something out with people that make sense for us.
Yeah. It's going to be a
very
privilege.
promising.
It's going to be a privilege getting in the pit, baby. We're going to make the most of it. So people who bet on us, if we win, we get 10% of those karate tokens. Is that right?
10% of the reward. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go, baby. So nobody's going to want to lose. It's not going to be a clown show.
No. Oh, the winner gets 9%. The loser gets 1%.
Loser gets 1%?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Okay. And so we've got also Keeper, who's supposed to be in the house today. He's fighting Rodney. Rodney's a beast. That's going to be an epic fight. I'm pumped.
Rodney really wanted to fight Ben. He wanted to fight Ben Armstrong, but he was already taken.
Yep. So that's going to be wild. Ben is fighting Patty Stash, who's also on the next Crypto Gym, like Dreamer mentioned, representing Suka. Okay, that's like the main event. I'm pumped for all of this. Okay, so I'm pumped. You guys can bet on your fighters to win, on your influencers. You can bet on us. If you win the bet, you gain karate token. If you lose, you get your bet back. It's a no-brainer. That's why we're going to get tons of people. I think karate token is just getting started. 11,000 users. With all the big dogs fighting and talking about this now, I don't think 100,000 users I think that's still early. I think 1 million users realistic by the end of 2025. What do you guys think?
I would be willing to bet that the user base doubles again between now and the February card.
My goal is
once things start really ramping up for this and everybody's just out there pumping it. I could imagine, because everything that's happened to date has been all non-crypto related people. So now we have our market that's going to be following us and getting involved and signing up and everything else. And I think that'll be quite a bit more substantial than the non-crypto related people that have just been kind of dabbling with the fun app that's cool.
Right.
Yeah, because the crypto people understand the wallets, right? So they're actually using it and utilizing it. And a ton of people that's been to several karate fights, they just was like, I don't know, because they just didn't know, right? People unsure.
Yeah.
Crypto people know how the use
of
the token today can expand into a lot of other usal shit later. So we like getting into stuff early. So that's kind of the gist for me.
Let me shout out a couple of fighters. I think so. One guy who's been caging for a fight. He's a guy that just he's been supportive of karate combat, and I've seen him at a couple of events. A guy by the name of Ruben Vargas Jr. I just want to shout him out because he hit me up on Twitter, right, where he was like, "Hey, thanks for liking some of my posts. All I'm doing is training," and for him, he's one of these guys his aspiration is to join, right, and to start proving his stuff inside of karate combat. Because he knows that he'll get the right amount of attention and the right kind of people are watching, right? The right kinds of fighters are getting involved. So I know he's very interested in being involved, but he DM'd me and he's like, man, it dawned on me when I saw you in Las Vegas, man, I don't know anything about the wallet at all, about the token at all. Like, You're telling me I've been missing out this whole time? And I'm like, brother, yes. Like, let's get you onboarded right now. So you got these fighters who they see sort of the purity of the league, if you will, right?
Yeah.
The sort of the karate roots and all that. And they're very drawn to the sport and the heart of this whole promotion. But then they're just, a lot of them are just now realizing like, oh, there's this whole other aspect to it with the karate token and the app that I wasn't paying any attention to at all.
Yeah.
So I got a couple questions about onboarding,
For sure.
if you don't mind. One would just be, is there a way for new users of the app? Can they use, say, like a debit or a credit card to get exposure to the karate token and start making those bets? Or what's the best way for them?
Yeah. So when you download the app, you should get 88 tokens for free, which is like 15 cents or whatever. But then there is a fiat gateway in there. It's a relatively new one. So there is a credit card option. And then we also have a DEX in there on Hedera. So if you buy HBAR, send it to the app, you can swap it. So it's kind of getting better, every month, trying to get some additional fiat gateways in there. So it's not awful, but it's obviously not ideal yet.
Sure, but there is a way though. I mean, like today, somebody who goes from like 0 crypto holdings at all to just having a credit card or
Depending
whatever
what state
around.
they're in. Yeah, I think C14 covers like the top 10 states and then most countries. They're expanding. But honestly, the ability to do the swap in the app is pretty easy. We stripped out most of the
my wife
functionality.
figured it out.
Yeah.
My wife can do it. She had no crypto. She started with 88 karate token 3 fights ago, and she's got over 1,000, and she's pumped about it. So she's loving it.
There we go.
Baby. Yeah, and I know there's a lot of work on making it easier and easier to adopt. But here's the thing also regarding adoption is that most of the people in the crypto world really haven't known about karate combat until recently, everybody's talking about it. We just had Rodney in the house. We lost him. Okay, here's Loudmouth. He's back. So most of the people in crypto don't know about it yet.
Yeah.
Okay. And so now they will. Here's another thing. And I know a lot of people were DCing and buying karate combat, or a lot of people were waiting till the last minute to send their karate token into the app.
Yeah.
Okay. It passed the deadline of the snapshot.
Yeah.
I'm guessing countless hundreds or even thousands of people that happen to. Or any work in that front?
Yeah, let me walk through the decision process there. So we when we originally came up with the idea, we were thinking, oh, we're gonna create some vaults that you send the tokens to, or you're gonna have some way to stake the tokens. But then we realized we could take a bit of a shortcut that was gas free and instant by using Snapshot. So also had some kind of perceived regulatory benefits, but mostly UX benefits. The one big UX drawback of using Snapshot without any sort of staking is that you do have to pick a time frame, before the event where people can start voting. And that means if you transfer your tokens in afterwards, it doesn't count. So that's the big UX drawback. It is definitely a problem for onboarding for sure, because it's not like what you would normally expect with gambling. I think that there's ways around it, but I think it involves building some, staking required inside the platform.
Okay, so don't do what I did, boys and girls, which was I was dollar cost averaging into the karate token on XE for like 2 months or a month or however long it was. I had like 1.5 million tokens. Okay, the betting opens up. I'm like, all right, I'm ready. I watch Crow. I watch his show and all his bets. I'm doing my research. Time to bet. I send in the tokens. It was too late. So you got to send in the tokens before the betting opens up. Otherwise, you'll have to wait until the next fight. So keep that in mind. Okay, until they're able to get around that somehow. Okay.
Yeah, we can do it. I think that goes back to the original concept of what I was talking about. Like once we have enough people onboarded, willing to make things a little bit more complicated by forcing people to stake their tokens, etc.
Oh, yes. So Rodney is in the house. This man is a mother effing beast. Let's go. He's out there. Make sure you subscribe to all these guys' channel. By the way, Rodney's doing daily shows, killing it, and he's fighting crypto's #1 jacked influencer, baby keeper, but Rodney, man, is a beast who's got experience. That's going to be one hell of a fight. How are you doing, my man?
I'm doing well. All this talk about Keeper being big. He looked kind of small in person. I think he lied on his resume a little bit, you know?
He's frozen.
He said he was 6 foot, wasn't 6 foot, not even close. And he's about 200 pounds. So I'm 6'1", and I'm like 230 right now. I'm getting down. I'm losing some weight, but I'm a big guy.
You're all small.
I know this is a bad angle for me. You next, Crow. I got you next, bro.
Okay.
I got this shirt. I basically stole this shirt from.
Yeah, it's mine. Crow, question for you, man. What is your opinion on like meme coins on the Cardano network? Because to be honest, I know you're the Cardano guy. To be honest, I'm not really in the Cardano ecosystem too much, but meme coins have been pulling me in, man. I'm looking for some gems on that network.
Well, I have my own. I have the Crow coin, the best shit coin on Cardano.
But you have a coin?
Yeah, the Crow coin. It's only on Wi-Fi. We did like a fair launch. You know what I mean? And it cost me a bunch of money to do, and it's more of just a novelty fun thing that, you know, I'll add use case for down the road. But they just pumped like crazy the other day. I haven't checked it since, but yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, I actually need to buy some snack finally. I bought some bonk the other day and posted about it, and everybody's like, "What the fuck's wrong with you? Why didn't you buy snack?" And I'm like, I don't know, because they spam me constantly, and it's like I feel like I'm being telemarketed, so I haven't bought any yet.
Yeah. Well, you're the Crow guy. They want the Crow guy to buy the big Crow meme coin. I mean, the Cardano meme coin.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I know. I like Hosky. I like their way too. I like their ornery kind of mentality. But I mean, meme coins are fun as long as people buy them, not expecting anything to happen, then you're good.
Yeah, baby. That's right. So, hey, yes, George is involved. George is the one behind, the main guy behind the IFC, putting this together. Influencers Fight Club, putting all this together. He's sick today. He still might pop in, but he said he's like real sick. He came.
Everybody's sick. Oh, well, you guys all caught something in Vegas. You guys went to the same brothel or what?
Something.
Okay. What brothel? What brothels? Is that legal in Vegas?
Also, H
bar. You guys all went to the bunny ranch after the fight, so know what happened. You all caught syphilis.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, but it was a pleasure meeting you all, though. We all hung out. I know Moon and I went out on the first night. NYB, we had some good conversations, brother. Dreamer, what's up with DeFi Kingdoms? Let me get in there, man. I love games, and I like the Chronos Trigger style. So I actually saw your project first at Decentral Miami last year.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was your project, but I remember that being one of the ones that I was like, oh, this is actually a decent project because it's a decent game.
Glad it caught your eye. And I'm really interested in your view on meme coins because DeFi Kingdoms, you have like 60 plus tokens in there. Yeah, and it would be fun to kind of figure out if there's some meme coin possibilities in there. We got a bloater in there that our community considers a meme coin, right? Yeah. So we're kind of throwing around ideas. Your expertise might come in handy there, but it was a pleasure meeting you as well. Everybody in person, Crow, you were missed. Many others were missed, but it was good fun.
Yeah.
And my eyes were swelled up damn near shut. And it was just draining my soul, man. I couldn't handle it. The travel.
Maybe you were the one that went to the brothel, man. You got to watch
exactly.
out.
I was playing in poop apparently and wiped it all over my face. And my eyes just swelled shut.
Oh, so crazy. How your eye, show us your eye, Crow. It's
getting better.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
it looks bad. Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah.
So I swear it was a leaf. A leaf. I'm almost positive a leaf flew in, and I just started rubbing it for like 2 days, and it finally just cussed me out and quit. So it's getting better though.
Shout out to H Bar. That's so crazy, Crow. Love you, man. Shout out to H Bar, who's also like the biggest, project behind Karate Combat. They're sponsoring big time. I know H Bar has been growing, and George, believe it or not, only LARPing. George gave a semi kind of positive shout out to H Bar last night for like the first time. Okay. So also, with DeFi Kingdoms, you just mentioned, Rodney, DeFi Kingdoms made a partnership with Karate Combat. Let's go. And Karate Combat,
dude. Congratulations.
That just went live, by the way. While we were streaming, we just had what we call DFK visages or skins live, and the karate gi can be put on the hero and everything you're doing in game. You got the classic white karate gi. I just purchased a couple of them right now and I'm loading it up. I don't know if you can share screens or not, but pretty sick. Pretty sick.
So, I mean, Dreamers out there with DeFi Kingdoms making partnerships like, man, crazy. So is Karate Combat. I heard today Karate Combat's also making a partnership with Shrapnel. They're out there all over the place making shit happen.
That's an Avex game, right? That Avalanche game?
Yep.
Yeah, first-person shooter. It's like a AAA like studio put on. Like they're doing a lot for Web3 gaming, and they're really open to collaborating. A lot of these other guys that come in, they're like, we're going to be Web3 gaming. We're going to crush all these indie games and everything. These guys are coming in. They're wanting to collaborate. They're wanting to build community. They're giving away extraction packs for their games. So pretty cool. If you like first-person shooters and you want to support some other types of games, definitely reach out to them. We're excited that they're so open to collaborate.
Hey, it looks kind of like Shiny is showing off a little bit of a nosebleed. This is impressive. He's been sucking some of this, sucking it down.
Dude, this guy just fucking tagged me out, bro. Oh, it was a bad one, dude. I'm trying to show it off, though. I'm like, before I wipe it, I want them all to know how cool I am.
It's proportional. It's proportional to the total volume of blood loss, though. You gotta get something out to measure it, like a beaker or some shit, my guy. Like, we need to know how much it is. Just saying.
I'm just proud it's not from cocaine this time.
Baby, I don't know about you,
this guy, dude. What's up?
Shiny, I want my blood on the mat.
Okay. Is that Charles Barkley? Who is
I think he wants his coke in your blood. I don't know. I don't know what to make for the last comment.
Dude, we're creating new variants in here, dude. Watch out, Dominican Republic. I got that Balinese variant, brother.
I'm excited for your fight in Seth. That's going to be a good fight. Seth is a little. He can throw, man. That's going to be a good fight.
Bro, I heard, man, they started, that fucking Gypsy came in the chat throwing all these crazy odds. Seth's been fucking haunting my dreams, so I'm just putting in double time, getting beat the fuck up, dude.
I didn't see the odds. Put an odds.
Oh, dude, I'm loving that. Okay.
Where do you buy that gi, Dreamer? I want to know, where are they?
All right, so if you go right into the game, go to the tavern where you usually pick up your heroes, you'll see a creepy little dude with a chest. Not like chest, but like chest, called Visage Shop. And you click on that. There's two. In the game, we got Bloater, which is kind of like our little meme coin that you can farm in the game.
I see it.
And there's a Bloater suit, Bloater helmet, and then you got the Karate Gi available all month. And with purchase of that, you get entry to a pool of 3 million karate that is going to be distributed. So it depends on how much are actually sold. But when you check out, make sure you put your wallet address in there from the app. So if you go into the app and you hit like receive, that wallet address pops up. And there it is. I got mine queued up. I don't even know if I can present, Grady. Is that against the rules here?
Yeah, present.
Get kicked out.
Go ahead. Do it. Does anybody, while he's doing that, does anybody have any let's ask Only LARPing, the founder of Karate Combat, any other questions? Hard questions are welcome.
Oh, here in the panel?
Yeah, right now.
Oh,
yeah.
Seth, you got a hard question.
Well, I mean, he laid out the tokenomics as I was just jumping in and asked the question about onboarding. At this point, nah, man, I'm all out of hard questions. Honestly, I think that what Crow said about potentially doubling the user base on the app, especially with the credit, with the fiat processing gateway built into the app, totally feasible because people don't have to know anything about crypto at all. So as long as it's secure enough, then I think most people are going to be comfortable with it. So I guess maybe that does bring up one question, and that's a key management or seed phrase management in the app. For people who haven't used crypto at all before, kind of a nerdy concept, but everybody here is familiar with the concept of a seed phrase or key pairs because public key cryptography is what all crypto usage is based on, right? If you want to hold your own stuff, you have to know how to keep a secret, a cryptographic secret in the form of this private key. And we use a seed phrase. What is that like in the app? And pardon my ignorance, because I've only ever used the Karate ecosystem from the browser. That's for me. That's what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah. So, hopefully it's easy enough. So when you download the app, there's a button to create a wallet. It tries to push people to back up their seed phrase to their keychain and whatever.
Purchase my Visage.
Yeah, that's it. Awesome. And so it tries to encourage you to back it up to your keychain. And so that way, realistically, when someone loses their phone or gets their phone stolen or whatever, they're not going to lose their wallet. the second option in there is to back it up on piece of paper. We did a little bit of a review on this, on how many people were churning at the in the funnel before they created the wallet, and it really wasn't that bad. We're only losing like 10% of people over the seed phrase steps.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah, I mean, a lot of other like mobile first apps that'll generate seed phrases and stuff, or like manage keys for you. They've never had the same popular draw, right? So like they've never been able to onboard people because they wanted to see a fight or bet on a fight or do anything related to even just sports betting or whatever. So yeah, it's kind of funny. I don't know if where you would even find any kind of like split test data or like UX data from anything comparable. Like,
I mean, I think most of the consumer stuff is doing, things like Privy, et cetera. Now, we sort of built the app before most of those things launched. And I kind of like the zero login. There's no login required on the Karate Combat app. It's pretty damn smooth. No username, no password. Click a button, back it up to your seed phrase.
It's so easy. So I use both app.karate.com if you're in MetaMask on your phone or on the desktop. Or you just go to karate.com, download the Karate app, Karate Combat app, super easy. And you do have to get the seed phrase, write it down. Okay. And then it works so easy. And it works with HBAR. That's what like KuCoin and Mexi works with HBAR. I recommend HBAR because the Ethereum gas fees to claim your winnings. That's my advice. I would stay off Ethereum and just go with the HBAR app.
Hey, Grady, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen. It's up, baby.
All right. So right in DFK, you go to the tavern, hit the Visage shop here. Up top, we got Karate Combat Karate Gi you can buy. And when you do, make sure that you put in that address right here and you get added for that promotion at the end of it. But
and on that address, is it the HBAR address or the Ethereum address? Do you know?
HBAR.
Awesome.
So as it appears in the app, you go to like wallets in the app. You hit, how I do it is you hit receive and your address pops up right there and you put it in as it appears there. So I bought a couple of karate gis. You see them on my heroes here. This is my warrior in the front. This is my priest. I put the bloater helm on there, and then this is the full bloater suit. So it's actually pretty sick. They operate just as they normally would in the turn-based battle system, but they're freaking wearing their karate gis. And I'm going to do a little whirlwind here because I want to see this guy fly through, kind of like tornado kick.
Let's go. Look at this.
Love it.
I love
everything
it.
you do in the game, the visages, kind of it's cosmetic. They're skins. They're fully tradable. It's one of the first applications of Web3 in gaming. A lot haven't done it yet. We've done a lot more than skins in DeFi Kingdoms, but buddy, we got skins, we got visages now, and our first third-party sponsored one with Karate Combat is a banger.
Dude,
Hey, Dreamer, are your skins like NFT forms? They're all like NFTs?
Yeah, they're all NFTs and fully tradable. So we're making them limited. So our NFTs are only around for like a week, unless it's a bundle like this bloater suit and helm you see here. And then the third-party one's about a month. But once they're gone, they're gone. And there's a secondary market for it. So right in the game, if you go to equipment, and this is all of the equipment that you can buy from other players that they've gotten from drops. You go to Visages, and that's where you're going to be able to sell them in the future. So once they're gone from us putting them out there, which this is the only thing we really mint. Everything in DeFi Kingdoms, it's minted by players and sold to each other. Since these are cosmetics, and the utility is fully known, you can kind of get around it with legal stuff because there's not some unknown value that can be speculated. It's purely cosmetic. So the development company puts out the cosmetic, and then the players will trade it, especially when they're no longer available. So,
and your NFT marketplace is in game.
Yeah, so we have multiple.
Nice.
If you go over to the agent, this is how you buy our hero NFTs. It's all fully customized for our heroes. We have pets. We have items. We have a whole order book within the game as well. That as you hop in, go to the bazaar. There are you? And in the bazaar, this is pretty sick because you can actually see market depth of everything, where there's buy and sell orders that are meant, because all of these are lower liquidity. So it's really hard for a low liquidity item to go and make like a pairing in a DEX and have that work and not have price impact and slippage be a thing. So we have order book that supports it as well. So DeFi Kingdoms is called DeFi for a reason. A lot of native DeFi in there, DEX, order book, plus all these customized NFT marketplaces, including one for Visages.
So you guys have like a storyline, like a typical storyline in like PvP. What does that look like? I'm interested now. I might be just fucking. It's web browser based, right? You don't have to download anything.
Yeah, so it's web browser based for sure. The heroes that have been minted in, there's all kinds of classes that you'd expect, and there's rarities. Like this purple rarity is mythic; it's the most rare, and then you got like common, rare, legendary. So a lot of the fun is really in the minting of these hero NFTs, where the like physical genetics are random. The classes are random. The abilities that are embedded in the NFTs are random. So there's a whole game in just the minting, and a lot of people mint and sell these. After that, you can quest. It's kind of like a play to earn passive questing where you can fish for items that are tokens. You can forage for plants that are tokens. They're all used for crafting. But now this year, this is where we introduce the battle system. So we have our first hunt where it is turn-based. You can bring in dozens of different combinations, or actually hundreds of different combinations of both heroes and their abilities. And this is where the game is starting to be built. So the storyline needs to come once we have a good foundation of game. Even all these features, it only makes up probably 15% of the roadmap. So PvP is being developed. We're adding more classes over time. PvP will come after PvE. And that's when we're really going to start to ramp up the storyline, the cross-chain gaming, and so on. The last thing I'll say here, what's pretty cool, is we're not only gamifying everything that you've seen, but like the docks, the shipyard, this is where you have the bridge integrated in. So we've gamified bridging to be like a shipyard. This is a bridge on the back end. We gamified the blockchain itself. So like if I go and change to Clayton, I'm traveling to a new realm, essentially. So now the docks looks different. If I could go back to that large map that we were just on, it's going to look completely different as Crystal Vale. So this is a Sarandel on Clayton. So everything on blockchain, the different chains are a different realm, right? Your heroes are NFTs. You're the commander moving through the different realms, collaborating with games, collaborating with protocols, whether DeFi or others. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll have a realm on Cardano. I know that Crow is really interested in that. But that's kind of overall.
You should make prominent figures on different chains, like bosses or something, like CZ and Vitalik or some shit. That'd be funny.
That would be hilarious, actually.
Right.
How do I put these geese on? I'm in my equipment, my visages, and I don't know how to put them on.
Right at the top, you'll see a tab, and it'll say visages. So you go over to equipment. Actually, sorry. You go on heroes.
Let's do that in another video. So Rodney, I'm gonna be streaming with Rodney. We'll go again with Crow.
Yeah.
We're gonna be deep diving DeFi Kingdoms, baby, like crazy. Let's go.
I'm bullish too, man. Those guys are Dreamer and Crew are a real pleasure to work with. They move fast, creative, flexible.
I got it figured out.
Wait, so who's the alien guy? Who?
That is the co-founder of Karate Combat, the man himself, baby.
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's up, my guy? How you doing? Sorry, I couldn't recognize you, man.
Yeah, thanks for being here, man.
Oh, I think we met. I think we might have met.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep. You sure did. He was out there representing, baby. I still can't even believe it. How you pulled this off and how fast this is growing. How you've gotten all these big dogs to talk about it. We got movie stars now showing up at the fights. We got all the big dogs fighting. Yeah. This thing's blowing up.
Yeah, I'm a huge prize fighting fan. I've always been. Like Lyoto Machida is my favorite fighter, and I was watching, the Jake Paul, the little podcast and everything. And what was good about that card is that it was action, little storylines, little drama at the weigh-ins. The dude put his belt around the guy, but he got knocked out with a knee. Like it was a really good card. And I picked Sam to win. Nobody believed me. I'm like, this guy is he can throw down. Sam Elvy's a big guy, bro, and he can throw down. Good card.
Freaking epic. And shout out to Action Crypto. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Shout out to GF Burke, Fubar. All these guys. Love you guys in the chat. Doug Hype, Sergeant Filthy McNasty. I'm loving this. I think we're going to wrap this up, guys. Any final words? Any other questions for the?
Grady, can I add one thing? You know, one thing I learned from Only LARPing just now. That's the alien. I think there's people in chat saying, "How do we find him?" Only LARPing. Check him out. It's awesome. But what I really liked about what he said, so I was worried about people kind of like gaming it as well, and maybe overinflation of the token of karate. But in reality, you've set aside a fixed amount of tokens over X period of time. And then every event, you allocate how much of those are going to be essentially minted into the public. A lot of protocols have minting schedules. This isn't unlike anything else out there. It's predictable. You want a larger share, own more karate and use it. It's just like if there's a emission schedule in a DEX, buy more tokens and stake more. It's not different. That we don't have to worry about waking up the next day and the supply tripling because everybody bet. That's not how this is. So I love that you shared that. I hope people honed in on the controls, even although you can add more things in the future. The controls today don't really feel like there's a huge amount of unexpected inflation. It's all predictable, transparent, and event by event. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's basically a little DeFi farm on every fight. That was the idea. There's fixed reward there, so it draws people in. If it was just one person playing, they get the whole pot, right? So everybody shows up to take a piece of it, and that accomplished a bunch of things for us. And number one's like the cold start problem. Like a bunch of people ask like, hey, why don't you just have like real gambling on the fights? Well, number one, it's illegal, and there's a sports league here, and they could just show up at the sports event in Vegas and shut us down, right? But number two, it's really difficult to get people to like take cash out of their pocket, give it to a brand new platform that has events once a month. But if you have a little DeFi farm on every fight once a month, like people show up and they click the button and then hopefully they're watching and enjoying.
I know it. And I know after talking to this man, he's got a long-term vision. This isn't a quick money grab. You're not trying to make a quick buck off this. Passion-driven, long-term vision.
Now we're here. Well, we've been here for a while. It's the league's a little over 6 years old. We're going to be doing this for a very, very long time. We think that the sport itself has serious mainstream potential. It's slightly less bloody than MMA, and we think it's faster paced. So we think we got a shot here to build like a real global sport.
It's already happening. Beautiful. So we're all wanting to hear from Moon Daddy. We haven't.
I was gonna say my favorite card were the ladies. They really laid it down, man. It was bloody.
Damn.
I was standing right behind the one with the white, and she just was a warrior.
That fight was amazing.
It was amazing, man. Shout out to the ladies, man. It was amazing.
And I was just explaining to my stepson when those women came out, and he was like, "Oh, woman fight." I'm like, dude. 9 to 10 out of times, the female fights end up being the fight of the whole damn night. Just chill. And sure enough, it sucks that got stopped though. But
I know.
I tell you what,
the female
I wouldn't want to fight a
always
chick my size. I can tell you that right now.
It was like the fight of the night, right? Loudmouth. I mean,
the female fights are always the bloodiest and the best. The two in the Dominican Republic, I mean, they were going to the hospitals. Blood was all over the place. My wife was like, "Are they going to clean that mat up from all that blood?" I was like, "I think they're going to have to."
Yeah, and this is why I think Karate Combat right here on the screen. Why I think it's going to continue to gain, because a lot of times the UFC, there's so much ground game, it gets boring. Whereas this, man, action, baby, and you get rewarded as a fighter to keep pressing, press. It's engineered to have high action. I love it. I love the rule.
And this is the only sporting organization that's owned by its holders in the world, I believe, right, Dave?
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, to clarify one thing, technically it's owned by nobody. It's owned by this foundation. Literally nobody owns it. There's no owners of the foundation, and the karate token holders control it. So it's weird. It's untested. But you know what? All sports leagues are pretty weird. The NFL's like run by 32 billionaires, 1 billionaire, 1 vote. Karate Combat's run by, I don't know, 60,000 token holders. So,
baby.
And that test run on actually having something, a vote on the fight, it really worked. It got me on this last fight because I waited to go to the bathroom into the back on a fight that I didn't have a vote on.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, oh my gosh, they're right. If you got something on it, you want to stay there and watch it. And so I would say, highly recommend, if you want to get involved in this, you got to get some token, you got to place your votes, and you will be on the edge of your seats and not go anywhere.
It's the only combat fighting platform that has anything like this with the token. Joe Rogan himself said it. We've never seen anything like this before. Bullish on karate token, bullish on the IFC making this happen, because it's already bringing in tons of crypto people into karate combat. This should be the base, the already existing crypto users using this thing, trading the token, whatever. That was one last thing. Liquidity.
Yeah.
Liquidity was low on Uniswap and MEXC. I think it's higher. Are you working on getting the karate token into more exchanges as well? How's that coming?
You know, it's on a lot of exchanges. I think at the end of the day, the market cap's still pretty low. So if you're buying a big amount, there's going to be some slippage there. Actually, the liquidity on Uniswap is not that bad now. It's like $300,000 a TVL or so.
Okay.
And there's about, I want to say, 100,000 a TVL on Saucer Swap. Hard to know exactly what goes on in the centralized exchanges. You know, how much is there, but it's obviously got a ways to go. You know, it's like $14 million market cap or something. So
yeah, I mean, we're talking micro cap gym here, boys and girls. Monster upside.
I can feel the momentum though. In that Las Vegas fight, there was so many big names there. I mean, you're a couple tweets away from being so viral that this blows the roof off. I mean, really are. We're probably a couple fights, a couple tweets.
Yeah, away. I mean, I'm super optimistic about the end of February with all you guys. I think that's going to be, you know, fight sports, all of sports. They're about the athletes. People show up for people they know, and you know, everybody in crypto knows you guys, right? You're going to be out there telling people to vote on you. They'll get it.
Let's go.
Let's go. Can't wait to put on a show, baby.
It's
Let's
on.
Go.
We're going to put on a show for the ages, baby. The influencers, this will be no joke. I want my blood on the mat. I want to take some punches in the face. Let's go. I'm going to punish his fist with my face. We're going to put on a show. I'm in it. I mean, like my mindset, I don't know about you guys. My mindset is I'm like a fighter now, and I got to train my ass off, and it's on. Let's go.
Are you ready to spill your blood for more karate token? Yeah. Let's go, baby.
By the way, my market maker's listening. He just corrected me. He says there's $1 million of liquidity on Uniswap right now.
There you go. Let's go. That's what we need. Yes. Okay, so liquidity's up just in the last month or two. That's big. Okay, guys, get out there, support us. You know, download the karate.com. It's that simple. You download the app. It's simple. It's easy to
It literally takes like 30 seconds. Download the app, click your wallet, you get some tokens to start with, and you're off to the races. It's super simple.
Real easy. Yeah, real easy.
On, baby.
It's on iOS and Android devices. Let's freaking go. It's like the top one on the App Store.
And we'll do a bunch of giveaways leading into February, right? Like, want to work with all you guys. Hit your, you know, your private channels, your Patreons, your Discords, your Telegrams. Get people codes for all your followers. Really get everybody on board.
Sweet.
Our OnlyFans.
Yes, exactly. That's right.
Oh,
exactly.
That's
Only
right.
LARPing fans.
Yeah.
I guess this would be a foot lover sport, wouldn't it?
It's on.
You should see what I'm breaking boards with behind a paywall, dude.
Let's go, Shiny D, baby.
All right. Y'all fucking wild, bro.
Let's go, dude. Who else is like walking around? People are like, what do you do for a living? And you're like, I take other people's souls in international water via mixed martial art karate combat rules. That's like, dude, that's what I'm introducing myself as now. They're like, what do you do? I'm like, dude, I am a karate master.
Is it working with the girls or?
Yeah.
Volley, dude. Volley. The word was secondary.
You got to say straight from the dojo, baby.
It's on. I'm so pumped. I can't wait to get in that pit and beat some ass, baby. Let's go. I love you guys.
Love you, dude.
Thank you guys so much. Really, really appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks for all the support.
Real
Thank
quick,
you.
if the guy that's fighting Ben Armstrong drops off, can Rodney have his spot?
He's already lined up.
Please.
But I know
He's
somebody
been-
else who asked for it.
We have a lot. We have a lot of beef, but he's been really quiet, so we'll keep it that way. That wouldn't be fair. So I'd rather fight Keeper. At least Keeper I know can probably throw down. So.
Oh baby, it's on.
But I would. I mean, I would. Don't you know? That's the main event.
Are you afraid, Rodney?
Of who?
It's
of
on.
Keeper?
Big
I ain't afraid of no
Ben,
man on this car. Bring it, baby. A Ben. He's smaller in person. That's lightweight. Light work. All right, guys.
Love you guys.
Bullish on karate combat. You.
Hell
Let's
yeah,
go.
baby. All right, guys.
Love you only LARPing. Thank you.
Later, guys. Thanks so much.
Dreamer,
Bullish on
Rodney,
Grady.
Loudmouth, Seth.
Let's go, baby.
Let's
Let's
go. It's on. Let's
Crypto Grady,
go.
where we at?
Time to beat some ass. Let's go.
Let's
It's
go.
on. It's on. It's on, baby. We're going to beat some.